What if the single biggest reason your AI results feel underwhelming has nothing to do with the tool itself and everything to do with how you're talking to it? Most people treat the different AI models like search engines. They type in a question, cross their fingers, and hope for something useful. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and when it doesn't, they either give up or ask the exact same question again and hope for a miracle. But here's the truth that separates beginners from experts. The AI models are not meant to be search engines. It is a reasoning engine, and reasoning engines don't respond to luck. They respond to precision. Welcome to Advanced AI Prompt Engineering from Basic to Expert. Over the course of 10 videos, you are going to go from typing random questions into a chat box to engineering precise, powerful systems that extract exactly what you need every single time. By the end of this course, you will have your own custom prompt framework, something that gives you a genuine competitive advantage in a world where most people are still figuring out the basics. This first video is about laying the foundation. We are going to look at where you are right now, understand the mental shift that changes everything, explore the 3 core principles of effective prompt engineering, and introduce you to your first practical tool, the zero-shot formula. Let's get into it. Before we build anything, it helps to know your starting point. Think of this as a quick calibration. Not a test, just an honest look at your current habits. Ask yourself this: when you use one of the AI models, which of these sounds most like you? Option A: you type whatever comes to mind, get frustrated when the results miss the mark, and either give up or try again with the same words. Option B: you try to be specific, but you are mostly winging it and hoping the AI figures out what you mean. Option C: you include some context and have a rough sense of what you want, but your process is inconsistent. Option D: you structure your queries deliberately with clear roles, context, and instructions, and you analyze what went wrong when results fall short. Most people who are honest with themselves land somewhere between A and C, and that is perfectly fine. That is exactly why you are here. Whether you are a complete beginner who will see dramatic improvements fast, or someone more experienced who wants to formalize and refine your approach, this course meets you where you are and pushes you forward. The important thing is this: awareness of your starting point is the first act of an engineer. You cannot improve a system you have not observed. So take a moment, be honest, and remember where you landed, because by video 10, you are going to look back at this moment and barely recognize your old approach. Here is the core idea that this entire course is built on, and it is deceptively simple. Most people use AI reactively. They ask a question and react to whatever comes back. If it is good, great. If it is not, they feel stuck. The problem is that this approach puts you at the mercy of the AI's interpretation of your words, and that interpretation is almost never exactly what you had in mind. Expert prompt engineers think differently. They approach AI proactively, as designers and architects of a system. Instead of asking, "What question should I ask?" what they ask, "What system should I design?" Instead of thinking, "I hope it gives me what I want," they think, "I will guide it to produce exactly what I need." And instead of wondering, "Why didn't it understand me?" they ask, "How can I adapt my instructions?" This is not just a subtle change in wording. It is a fundamental shift in identity from passive user to active engineer. And that shift will do more for your results than any individual technique we cover in this course. Think of it like cooking. Using AI without prompt engineering is like following a recipe that just says, "Add a bit of this and a pinch of that." Sometimes the dish turns out great. Sometimes it is barely edible. But you have no real control, and you cannot reliably recreate the results. Prompt engineering gives you precise measurements, a clear method, and a recipe that works every time. That is what you are building here. Not a collection of lucky prompts, but a repeatable, reliable system. Every strong system is built on clear principles. Prompt engineering has 3. Principle 1: clarity over brevity. Being clear is always more important than being concise. This runs counter to how most people naturally write. We have been trained to keep things short. But AI does not reward brevity. It rewards precision. A longer, more detailed prompt that clearly communicates your intent will almost always outperform a short, vague one. When in doubt, add more specificity, not less. Principle 2: direction over correction. The most common mistake people make is writing a basic prompt, getting a mediocre result, and then spending time correcting what came back. This is working backwards. The better approach is to invest your energy up front, to direct the AI clearly before it responds, rather than editing and patching after the fact. A well-engineered prompt reduces revisions dramatically, sometimes eliminating them entirely. Principle 3. Systems over questions. A single question gets a single answer. A system gets consistent, scalable, reusable results. The goal of this course is to move you away from one-off prompts and toward building modular frameworks you can use again and again across different tasks, topics, and contexts. This is the difference between someone who occasionally gets good results and someone who gets great results reliably. Hold on to these 3 principles. They are the lens through which everything else in this course makes sense. Now let's get practical. Your first tool is called the zero-shot formula, and it is the foundation of everything we will build from here. Zero-shot prompting simply means getting AI to perform a task without providing examples. You are giving instructions alone, no demonstrations. And when those instructions are engineered correctly, the results are dramatically better than anything a basic prompt can produce. The zero-shot formula has 5 components. Think of them as 5 questions you answer before you write any prompt. Role. Who or what do you want the AI to be? Not just an expert, be specific. What kind of expert? What is their background? What lens do they see the world through? Context. What relevant background information does the AI need? What is the situation, the company, the audience, the challenge? Task. What exactly needs to be done? Be precise and action-oriented. Vague tasks produce vague results. Format. How should the response be structured? Should it be a list, a table, a set of paragraphs, a report with sections? Define it explicitly. Parameters. Are there any constraints or special requirements? Word count, tone, things to include or avoid, specific terminology. Let's see this in action with a real example. Here is a basic prompt. Write a sales email about our new software. Now here is the same idea, engineered with the zero-shot formula. You are an experienced B2B sales copywriter specializing in enterprise software. Write a sales email about our new inventory management software called StockSense. The target audience is operations managers at mid-size manufacturing companies who currently use manual processes and spreadsheets. The email should highlight time savings, error reduction, and easy integration with existing systems. Format the email with a compelling subject line, 3 to 4 short paragraphs, and a clear call to action. Keep the tone professional but conversational, and limit the email to 250 words. Same starting idea, completely different result. The basic prompt produces a generic email that could apply to anyone, with no clear call to action and no real targeting. The engineered prompt produces a precisely targeted message with specific benefits, a clear structure, and the right tone for the audience. The difference speaks for itself when you run both versions side by side. The engineered prompt produces output that is immediately usable, while the basic prompt produces something generic that requires significant rework. That gap is not marginal, it compounds across every prompt you write. Here is how you put this to work immediately. Take one of these 3 basic prompts and transform it using the zero-shot formula. Give me ideas for my blog. Help me with my presentation. Write a social media post. For whichever one you choose, work through each of the 5 components. Define the role, add the context, clarify the task, specify the format, and set any parameters. Then compare your engineered version to the original. Look at the specificity of the output, how relevant it is to your actual needs, the overall quality, and how much editing it requires. The difference will be striking, and this is just the beginning. Let's bring this together. In this video, you have assessed where you are right now as a prompt engineer. You have made the foundational mental shift from passive user to active system designer. You have learned the 3 core principles: clarity over brevity, direction over correction, and systems over questions. And you have your first practical tool, the zero-shot formula with its 5 components of role, context, task, format, and parameters. This is your launchpad. Every advanced technique we explore in the videos ahead builds directly on what you have just learned. The frameworks get more powerful, the systems get more sophisticated, and the results get progressively better. But it all starts here with this mindset and this formula. In video 2, we go deeper into zero-shot design and introduce industry-specific templates you can start using immediately across marketing, business analysis, and content creation. It is practical, it is powerful, and it picks up exactly where we left off. See you there.